Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Broadcast is live.
Wyrd Realities explores the paranormal, preternatural, and supernatural worlds that surround us. Here we delve into those topics that challenge us to think outside the limitations of realism, where we test the boundaries of imagination and are forced to think outside the confines and restrictions of what is normal. We are the creators, the writers, the artists, and the insane. Welcome to our Wyrd Realities.
Some antagonists are so memorable that we love to hate them. So this week, we each picked an actor who we thought gave a brilliant performance as a villain that we wanted to discuss. So anyway, I'm Hadley Thorne, and Alan Gamboa is running a little late. So it's me, Snakebite Rich Restucci, and Mr. Dick Cannon himself, Scott Baker. So before we get started, I'm going to ask you all to go ahead and give your thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and on the Wyrd Realities Facebook group.
Mike.
Join up.
Good to see you, buddy.
We've got a lot of stuff that we're cranking out new material. We go live at least 2 times a week, sometimes 3. So you guys be sure to subscribe and keep up with us.
Hey,
so now
Tony.
go ahead, grab that popcorn and Coke, and we're just going to kind of hang out for a little bit until Alan joins us. So, hey guys, did y'all have fun watching these movies?
I had seen. I'm sorry. You go first, Scott.
No. I always butt in.
So do I. I had seen every one of these movies a dozen times before this week, but I still watched them all because every one of them was a great movie. It's just a fantastic movie. Hi, Alan.
Hey,
Hi,
Alan.
Alan.
Hey, Mike, and hey, Tony.
I'm gonna get shit for this, but Die Hard's a Christmas movie.
It is.
Yes. It's not Christmas until Hans Gruber falls from Nakatomi Plaza.
Exactly.
Oh, that's a good question, Mike.
Well, I was going to say that Rich Restucci has picked my favorite love story.
Oh,
For his
Dracula. Yeah.
Yes. I think it's beautiful.
It's such a winner. This movie's such a winner in
Yes.
all ways. Acting, production, creepiness. Even the shadows were great. The music was fantastic.
Every time I see it, I see something new.
Yeah, exactly. I had forgotten that Monica Bellucci was one of the wives.
Oh my God, yes. She's just... If I liked girls, I would like girls like her and like Selma Hayek and...
Well, I do like girls, and I like her and Selma Hayek. So, same wavelength.
Who was the girl, the female actress?
Winona Ryder?
Winona. That was the only thing about that movie I really found.
Highlander.
Highlander. I found it really difficult to get my head around. I just don't like her.
She kind of comes across as cold to me, so I can see that, especially for it being such a passionate role. You know, you would really like to see someone with a little bit more fire in their eyes.
What did you think of her in Stranger Things? Because honestly, she kills it in Stranger Things.
Okay.
She does, but it's not a highly passionate. You know, she's playing a mom. She's not.
No, she does kill it in Stranger Things. She's got the mom vibe down, but she's also got the vibe down with the sheriff.
Well, and my favorite movie with Winona is probably it's my favorite Johnny Depp movie, which is Edward Scissorhands. And I think because she is, I guess, kind of that not really a full-blown woman yet. She still has that kind of teenage kind of verge of becoming, you know.
Okay, well, have you seen Heathers? The movie Heathers?
Yes. No. Well, of course I have.
I was gonna say that would be a damn bad movie for you not to see. Right, Mike. Beetlejuice was great. Absolutely right. She was good in Beetlejuice.
But that's not when she was like underage too. That was
she was
really
a kid.
Young.
She was a high school actress, I think.
Yeah, but she just never really played that great, passionate. You know, she just doesn't have it in her. I don't think.
No, that was her Dracula role, and it was a little bit lacking of all of. The only thing in that entire movie that I wasn't crazy about Billy Campbell either, but I think Winona Ryder could have pushed the love a little more, I guess.
Yeah.
She did okay. I didn't think she was terrible, but she was the weakest link in that film.
The only scene I really liked was when she met Dracula at the fair.
Yeah.
And he was enticing her and seducing her, and she was like going back and forth between, no, I'm a Victorian virgin. Ooh, but this is exciting. She did well in that scene, but.
Well, she did good, but like I said, I mean, she just doesn't have that passion, that Oceans of Time passion, you know, which I read this week in doing our social media stuff, that was the line that sold Gary Oldman on the script. He said, "I've crossed oceans of time to find you."
Oh.
He said that he read that and he knew he had to make this movie. And I thought to myself, well, Gary Oldman, that just makes you for me. So I love this movie for that. And I love him in it. And we'll get there in a minute when Alan joins us. But good pick, Rich. I enjoyed it. And this is one of those movies I could just watch over and over.
So all of these movies I can watch over and over again. Like I said, I've seen each one of these half a dozen times because all of them they're perfect movies. They're all fantastic.
Well,
I've only missed one of them, but I didn't watch any of them because I have been so busy this week with the book release tomorrow.
Yeah. Yep. Well, that's fine, Scott.
But I've seen them, like Rich, I've seen them so many times.
Well, and I will say that Highlander was the only one I didn't think held up. But it still holds up. It still makes me laugh. And, you know, there's still parts of it. And I will say that.
Jennifer.
Hi, Jen.
Hey, there's my partner in crime.
Yeah.
Stories on her today.
Well, I wish I'd known you two when I was younger.
When I say that Jennifer and I should probably have ended up in a barrel, there's a reason.
Yeah.
Oh, I know the barrel you're talking about. I'm kind of glad that didn't happen.
We are too. We are very, very glad. But yeah, we had a lot of fun.
Barrel.
And I'm having fun TikToking with our old photos, by the way. So, Rich, you've got to send me some. Surely one of your kids has a cell phone.
Yeah, they all have cell phones. I mean, what should I do? Take a picture of an old?
That's what I did.
If you saw the photos I sent that I'm willing to put out there, and Alan, nothing you can put out could be more embarrassing.
Yes, about that.
I put my funny ones up yesterday, so y'all saw those.
I'm gonna look now.
See, I had all mine because I used to do a throwback Thursday, and I found all these old photos of me, and I took pictures of them and sent them forward.
I can't believe how dark my hair used to be. And that was one of the things that really got me was, oh my God, it did used to be dark.
Here's one.
Well, you see, hair changes color. I was a strawberry blonde when I was a kid. Now I'm skin.
Oh, Jesus. I have a bunch of high school pictures right here that I can absolutely send. I'll do that tomorrow.
Well, do it. I'll do more than one if you send me enough.
Oh, my God. I can't send that one.
Oh, you got to send that one. I'll be a DM.
Damn. So how about them Red Sox with no photos?
No, I don't know. I don't follow the Red Sox. You know, it was really sad. It was really sad when they had not won a game for almost 80 years. You rooted for them every time. And when they finally won the World Series, it was so great. But then after that, they were just another baseball team.
I'm a big fan, but I don't follow them anymore. But anyway. Oh, I know, Linda, and I've considered it, but I think I'm gonna try and pick up a phone this weekend. I think I'm the only one on Earth without a phone, so it's getting harder and harder to do anything without one. I can't bank. Banking's almost impossible.
Yeah,
it's that ridiculous. Kind of stuff. So
I just found out 2 or 3 weeks ago that you can you can upload to Instagram from your laptop. That made my day. I was like a kid at Christmas.
They changed that because you used to not be able to.
That's what I thought, but
I don't really know too much about Instagram.
I had to learn to promote the books. So, by the way, Rich, Thank you for bringing Billy back. I'm loving Run 3.
Good. I'm glad you like
Alan Gamboa is on the way. Thanks, Tina.
Thank you, Tina. Hi, Tina.
Keep him in line, Tina. It's a tough job, but we know you can do it.
Oh, she does it that's her job. That's what she does.
She is the Gamboa Wrangler.
Yes.
Oh, boy.
So, Scott, what all do you have planned for your big launch tomorrow?
Tomorrow, not that much. I did anybody who wants to see me do a reading of chapter 3, just go over to my Facebook page. I did one at 9:00. I'm not doing much tomorrow, but Saturday I'm doing.
He's totally looking for a kiss. Look at him.
I know.
He wants a smooch. He wants a Baker smooch.
Yeah. I always am.
Say what you just said again, though, because you froze.
But, yeah. Saturday, I'm going to be doing from 8 to 10 p.m. a takeover on Horror Writers, Inc. And like with all my takeovers, I'll be giving away free copies of book 1 and 2, and also Tatiana versus the Ghost of the Maria Doria. And then Sunday from 8 to 10, I'll be doing a takeover on my own page. Thank you. Were you anonymous Facebook user? Thank you, Landa.
I have not gotten to see it yet, so
I didn't either.
This weekend.
There he goes. Hey, Alan.
Dun, dun, dun.
Hey, Alan.
Hey, I'm on my phone. Can't find
buddy.
my power cord for my computer, so.
We must be going to some kind of Mercury retrograde or something, because my computer gave me a fit, too. I wasn't on until right at 9.
Oh.
So how was
15 years old?
How was the strip club, Alan? Did you make a lot of money from the old lady sticking dollar bills?
I made a lot of pennies. Many pennies as I could fit into my G-string. And that was a lot.
Yes, Mike. Autographed copies will be given away.
Of my G-string? Yes.
Yes.
I don't even want to know.
Or in my A-string. I don't know. So how you three doing tonight? I missed the beginning of the show. So
living the dream. We haven't done any of the show yet. We were just
we're
talking
waiting
crap
for you.
until you got here.
I've been so excited about this episode that y'all just don't know. I've been just anxious all week, ready to go.
Well, let's get started for 12 minutes.
All right.
I'm sorry, everybody, for being late. I really apologize. It's hard rolling all those pennies real quick into those penny rolls.
Yeah, you did it, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just don't want to know where you put the penny rolls when you're done.
I'll tell you after the show.
Okay, so this week we were doing some of our favorite villains. So, Alan, would you like to tell everyone who picked who?
Yes. Okay, you picked Kevin Spacey. Bam! I know that for sure. Rich picked
Gary
Oldman. And Scott picked, of course,
Alan Rickman.
Oh, I was taking, and I picked. Sorry, I was reading it below. I picked Clancy Brown. Love Clancy Brown. Brown. And Clancy Brown. I love him too. So this is pretty cool. Whose idea was this anyway?
Don't remember.
Yours?
Might have been yours.
Well, I mean, I
That's
think
funny.
we called some stuff out, but you're the one that you picked it for your month.
Yeah, but I think you had a hand in that. I think you're like, hey, why don't we do this? So let's start with Hadley because she's just been chomping at the bit on getting this one going. So Hadley, the floor is yours.
All right. Well, I picked Kevin Spacey, and the movie that we watched was The Usual Suspects, which I think is just a brilliant orchestra of a movie. All of the parts move together perfectly, and then you have Kevin Spacey come in, and I think this was like his breakout role for film, wasn't it?
I think so.
Could have been, yeah.
He came in, and it was just so perfect. And I'm going to go to my notes now, because I did do my homework this week, as I've said. So, This is the role that turned Kevin Spacey into a star. He won an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor for it. And just so y'all know that this movie's release was August 16th, 1995. So it's right at how many years? Well, it's getting close to
a lot. Where's the science guy? Science guy?
Science guy did the math.
30.
But historically, since 95, this movie has placed Kevin Spacey on a best villain list. The Usual Suspects consists mostly of flashbacks narrated by Kevin Spacey's character, Roger, quote, Verbal Kent. Kent is a con artist with cerebral palsy, and the physical tales that Spacey utilizes during this film are incredible. At the time, I had never seen anything like it. So, let's see. So he's arrested after an apparent drug-related robbery gone wrong, and I think the cop is it Chaz Palminteri?
Yep.
Yes.
Huston's agent, David Kwan. And he basically is being given, I think, immunity. So, yeah, he's given immunity from prosecution, provided he assists investigators. And so he's revealing all of the details of his involvement with this group of career criminals who are assumed to be responsible for this bloodbath of destruction of a freighter ship and the death of nearly everyone on board. So while Verbal Kent is telling his story, you learn the name of Kaiser Sorsay. And Kaiser Sorsay is the boogeyman. Law enforcement, criminals, everybody's afraid of him. And it is like you're hearing a ghost story. Just like everybody gathers around the campfire, and it has that kind of feel to it. So it's kind of transpires into this whole different kind of genre that you don't normally see in a heist movie. So as Kent's telling his story, you start hearing about these other criminals, and it is an all-star cast, guys. It's got Gabriel Byrne, who I adore. You got him, Pete Postlewhite. It's got Benicio del Toro. Is that his name?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's got Kevin Pollak. It's got one of the Baldwin brothers. I can't think which one.
Steven. Is it Steve?
And it's got Giancarlo Esposito. Yep. And it is it is an all-star cast. Like I said, everyone works perfectly together. No one is slacking. I'm not going to go into detail because it is one of those movies you're going to want to watch. But it has a twist, and it is worth watching every minute of it to feel the turn of that twist. And should we do spoilers? Because you kind of can't really.
Yes.
All right.
Go for it. Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet, but go ahead.
It's the best ending. Oh, okay. It's so good.
So all of these guys are being blackmailed by Kaiser Sorsay.
Oh, wait. Let's don't do spoilers.
No. Wait. What?
Do it.
Do it or don't. Because I don't feel like you can't really. We're not really talking about the movie as much as we are about the role, though.
Right.
And you can't really. Until you know the twist, you can't really. Oh my God! I'm not
twist
even.
Away! Twist away!
The twist is kind of already given away. Go ahead. Go for it.
Okay. So anyway. All through the movie, you're learning about Kaiser Sorsay and his connection with these guys. Well, at the end of the film, it's revealed that Kent's story could possibly be a fabrication. And it is strung together from details that he's gotten from the bulletin board in the office where he's being interrogated. It's incredible. And then at the end of the movie, Esposito's walking by the fax machine, and the one person who knows what Kaiser Sorsay has been burned alive, they're on death watch at the hospital. They give a detailed account to what are the people who draw the sketch artist? The sketch artist does the rendering, sends it over to the police, and it looks like Verbal Kent. And it shows him walking off, and as he's walking, he's shrugging off every tale that goes along with the cerebral palsy. It's incredible. Everybody probably has a different idea who the real Kaiser Soze is, but no one really knows if he's a myth or a real person. It's beautifully done, beautifully orchestrated. It is one of my favorite Kevin Spacey movies, and I love Kevin Spacey. So we're not going to get into...
1 second. Mike Lewis, it's called K-Pax. Keep going, Hadley. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, that's about it. What do y'all think about it?
I think it's a great film. I think it's... what you alluded to, the twist is... It's just... Oh, it's kind of mind-bending. Because I kind of pride myself in figuring that shit out, and I didn't. That just got me. And that ending, the ending of that film is just amazing.
And I guess I should go back and say they're basically alluding to the fact that it's the Gabriel Byrne character.
Yep.
And that's what their big build up through the whole movie is, that it's him. And he plays this kind of crooked cop that got busted, and he spent time in the pen. And again, another beautiful performance, which of course you don't expect anything less from Gabriel Byrne.
No, perfect.
But yeah, this movie, if you haven't seen it, it is brilliant, and I recommend everyone watch it. Kevin Spacey's a mastermind.
Good pick. I remember seeing this one. I think we rented it at the apartment we were living at the time. They had a video rental part. You can go in there and we were looking for something, and I heard it was good. And it's kind of even though it has a big cast, it's kind of like one of those indie movies.
Yeah.
It wasn't a studio movie, I don't think, or a big studio movie. But the twist on it and the acting, you're right, Allie. It's a good movie.
Well, and this was a good year for Kevin Spacey. Like I said, this movie, I believe, launched his career, and then the follow-up movie to it was Seven, which came out later the same year. And in Seven, again, no one knew who Kevin Spacey was. He was under the radar. He had been doing stage, and he comes on board when they were doing Seven's promotions. He did not let them bill him. He did not go on any of the press tours, and he wanted everyone to just kind of wonder. And then when you get there and you see Seven, again, it's one of those movies where you're just kind of at the end, you're like, what the hell just happened?
Yeah. Well, he wasn't in it much. He wasn't in the movie Seven very much. But when you figure out, I don't want to wreck it for anybody that hasn't seen it. Of course, if you haven't seen it, you're under a rock someplace. But this film, Kevin Spacey's really not in it too much. But when he is in it, you realize what's going on, and you're like, "Holy crap, it's him!" It was good.
Yeah, Land. It was K-Pax.
Yep, it's K-Pax.
House of Cards. He's really, he was great, brilliant.
I mean, as someone who lives in the South, I feel like I can say he has got a Southern crooked politician down to an art form. Yeah. It's like he is channeling a demon when he does it. He is so good.
So I think the usual suspects is probably his best role, but after that it's House of Cards. Yeah. Just because he just killed it. He was such an asshole.
I never watched it when it came out because I saw the original House of Cards, the British version.
Yeah.
And I figured, well, it's probably going to be the same thing. I'll know what's going to happen, but
oh, you should watch it because the acting in it is worth it. He's again someone who's worked around politicians, Scott. You would probably really enjoy it on a different level than we do.
And you're correct.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Alan.
You're correct. You're correct. As far as his roles, in my opinion. I think
don't forget Horrible Bosses.
Yeah.
Yes. Actually, yes.
That's true. But
comedy.
He seemed to live that role in House of Cards.
Yeah, he did. He was perfect. I can't think of anyone else who could have played that role. It's like Roy Scheider in Jaws. Nobody else could have done that. Yeah. It's just.
Well, he's good, and I mean, we all know he's got some issues, and I don't even want to talk about them because I feel like there's some actors and artists and musicians that you don't have to like what they've done but you can get over it to enjoy their art, and then there's some you can't. Kevin Spacey's not someone I can't get over. His art it's sorely missed in the acting that we have today. I miss him.
I feel that.
Yeah, I'm not saying anything.
Oh gosh, I'm trying to think of that one. I'm drawing a blank on this, but House of Cards was not the same after he left.
No,
it just was played.
I mean, I like
Ragnar. There's just no coming back.
Kevin Spacey has done a lot of great roles. I just don't like him for some reason.
No, I mean, I'm not, like I said, I'm not saying take him home to your mom.
No. I'm not even talking. I mean, even before the whole.
No, there's an element to him that makes these so believable, and I don't think someone who's truly a nice, good, sweet-hearted, kind person can reach into themselves and pull that out.
Well, have you ever? He does a lot of imitations.
I don't know about that. I think. I don't know. I think it takes a singular person to be able to do what actors do, and they shut off a portion of themselves and turn on another, and whether that's the good guy going to the bad guy, or the bad guy going to the evil guy, or just a downright bastard, or rapists, murderers, lovers, anything. It's got to be such that you can just be that person when you act. I mean, I could never do it. And I think Kevin Spacey, he nails a lot of that. Like, what was American Beauty? Did you guys see that movie, American Beauty, where he was
the skeezy neighbor hitting on the young girl?
Exactly. He just nailed it. He wasn't a bad guy, but he certainly wasn't a good guy, and he kind of crushed it. I don't know. I like Kevin Spacey, and I think he's I think he plays in both directions fantastic. He's a great villain and a great hero.
Well, he does a lot of impressions too. He's really good at impressions. I didn't know that. You can see him on some talk shows. He can do like De Niro. Just
I didn't know that.
He's got a good sense of humor too.
I've heard that.
Yeah.
Hannibal Lecter.
Oh yeah. Well, do you want to move on to Rich's guy?
Sure, we can do that.
Rate mine first.
Let me grab my notes.
We got to
rating them.
Oh.
Are we going to rate the movies? No.
Oh, all right.
Sure, we can rate that. Sure.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
What do you say, Hadley?
Well, I think this is a 5. They're probably all going to be 5s for me this week, but this one's totally a 5.
All right. Rich?
I'm going to give it a 4.5. A lot of good stuff in this movie. Great cast. And all those guys that played bad guys played great bad guys.
Yeah. Scott?
I didn't see the movie. I can't rate it.
You've seen it before, though, haven't you, Scott?
Not Usual Suspects, no.
Okay.
I know what I'll be watching this weekend.
That is something you should have to remedy.
Yeah. Okay, so what were the scores?
Well, Alan still needs to go.
4.5 on my end, just because the twist. I love the twist, but I don't want to see it again because of the twist. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I don't know, though. I'll say this. I'm not usually one that likes to rewatch stuff like y'all do.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed this. There's a lot of stuff you don't catch the first time.
Right. Yes. You are correct.
Agreed.
All right. I'm discombobulated, everybody. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
I can go. I got my notes pulled up. I'm good to go. So I picked Gary Oldman as my villain. And the best word to describe Gary Oldman is inimitable. His character acting is beyond measure, and the intensity he brings to the stage and screen it's unmatched.
Yes.
He's an actor, writer, director, producer. He's also been in music videos for Guns N' Roses and David Bowie. I mean, come on. Yeah.
He played Sid Vicious.
Yeah, he played Sid Vicious. That was one of his breakout roles, actually. He's an Academy Award winner. He's won Golden Globe Awards, and he's a British Academy Film Award winner.
Yeah.
He's one of the highest grossing actors of all time insofar as box office take, with more than $11 billion for his films. $11 billion. I mean, come on. He's played such heroes as Beethoven, Sirius Black from the Harry Potter series, who initially was a bad guy, and then you find out he's a good guy. Commissioner Gordon from Batman, Dreyfus from Planet of the Apes, and he played Winston Churchill, for which he won an Academy Award. I think it was Winston.
Yeah, it was Winston Churchill. That was brilliant. If you hadn't seen
Which movie was that?
I can't remember. Was it called Churchill?
Well, I think so. Let me make sure.
I can't remember.
It was something World War II.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I don't think it was called Churchill. I think it was called something else.
I
can't remember. It was fantastic. It was utterly fantastic.
I heard he built a Faraday cage with a donut and a Dr. Pepper.
And I missed that one.
Anyway, on the stage, he's been featured in such plays as Romeo and Juliet and Hamlet when he was a member of the Royal Shakespeare Company. Oldman's portrayal of everything Shakespeare is only outdone by his depictions of evil. He's simply the best bad guy. Him and the kid who played Joffrey Baratheon. That kid was just, I love that kid. He's fantastic. I mean, you hate the character, but you got to love the kid. To name just a few of the films in which he played villainous roles: Air Force One, Lost in Space, The Contender, The Professional, which is, oh man, fantastic.
Yeah.
And The Fifth Element, my favorite. And of course, Dracula.
Yeah.
Dracula is a film of singular perfection. With an all-star cast, this 1992, I think, film had Oldman, Keanu Reeves, Anthony Hopkins, Winona Ryder, Tom Waits, Cary Elwes, Billy Campbell, who, as far as I'm concerned, that wasn't the best role for him, and Monica Bellucci. I don't need to go into the plot of the story of Dracula because there's nobody watching or listening to this who doesn't know it. But Oldman's portrayal of Dracula it's unbeatable, and he's up against actors like Bela Lugosi, Christopher Lee, Leslie Nielsen, and Frank Langella. Enormous names, and he wins hands down. He plays the original vampire with a complete disdain for humanity, but he also depicts a deep and passionate ability to love. In one scene, he's completely callous while he drinks the blood of the innocent, and within moments, he's in tears because his love has sort of betrayed him. Who else could do that? One of the scenes in this movie that really speaks to Oldman's abilities is when he finds his beloved has killed herself while he was in battle. It's one of the first scenes. His scream of emotional agony and curse towards God as he renounced his cinematic legend. When he first meets Jonathan Harker, the tone and mannerisms, when he's walking around, he's got with the razor and the wine. He's utterly terrified, but at the same time comforting. How can somebody do that? It was just amazing. I never drink wine. I mean, it was awesome. And the scene when he feeds on Mina Harker's friend Lucy is fantastic. And I have to say, when the Lucy vampire is walking down the stairs with the toddler, that's one of the creepiest scenes in vampire film. After she's done walking down, it's but while she's walking down there, you're like, holy crap, that's spooky. Yeah. Those of you guys who haven't seen the film, you got to grab some popcorn and a crucifix and bust this movie out. Honest to God. What do you guys think of Oldman's Dracula?
I think that's one of the best synopsis you ever given.
Really?
I love
He's impassioned.
Yeah.
Oh, I love this movie, and I love Gary Oldman.
This is my favorite love story.
Mm-hmm.
On film, I should say. It's got the darkness, and it has the bad boy character that every woman wants to change. And there you have it. He wasn't going to turn Mina. He loved her too much. And he says, I could not curse you to this life. And she begs him to turn her so they can live life eternal together. And that was the only reason he did. You could see him falter. You can see him when they're in that, it's where they had the wolf came. They were like at the carnival. There was lights. There was a film. You see in his eyes as he's about to bite her, he pulls back, he turns his head, and there's tears in the man's eyes. And that is beautiful cinema.
Yes, it really was.
You hate him, he terrifies you, and at the same time, you know they have something that you want to see them together. And that is great acting.
It's pity. You feel so terrible for what's happened to this guy over time, and then you realize that pity that you're feeling is just it's unfounded because he's just evil. He's just bad. He's a bad person. But all of his badness was driven by love and revenge.
Yes. And at the end of the movie, and I have to say this because, it's me, but at the end of the movie, she has to kill him. He begs her to end his suffering, blah, blah, blah. And she has to, because she recognized his soul. She recognized that love that they had, and she experienced it. And then at the end of the movie, she has to end their life that they possibly could have had together, and go back to the mundane life of being Harker's wife. And that is a story that I'd like to know more about.
That's why I don't let Tina watch that movie. Oh, dang it. I got to go back to Tina.
It's brilliant. It is brilliant. And I love Gary Oldman. And he's everybody knows what a great actor, but the roles he picks, from Drexel in True Romance to the character in Leon the Professional, which is one of my favorites.
Oh, one of his best roles. Leon was a little role, and Drexler was a little role, but it was such a great role. White guy trying to be black. It was great.
And he ad-libbed a lot of that, which I
heard that actually.
He heard someone talking outside of his trailer when they were filming True Romance, and it was just some guy on the street. And he got him to come in, and he would listen to him talk, and that was what kind of helped him cultivate that character.
I did not know that. We did this movie a little while ago, a few months ago.
It's one of my favorites. It's Quentin Tarantino wrote it, but he didn't produce or direct the movie. But it's one of my favorites, and Gary Oldman has said that's one of his favorite roles.
Wow.
And I will share this, and then I'll shut up and let the other guys talk, because just like I said, I love this movie. But when Gary Oldman read the script and he read the line, "I have crossed oceans of time to find you," that's what convinced him to play the role. And that's one of those ones. I'm big on quotes. As a writer, there's certain turns of phrases that just stick with me, and that's one of them. So to know that's what made him take the role just really hits me in a special place.
It's beautifully shot.
Yes.
And with Oldman thrown in there, it's like the cherry on top of a beautiful Sunday. Yeah. It's just extra. And then you got Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, who did okay. He did all right in that movie.
He did.
Carrie Elways was pretty good too.
Yeah. And I loved Hopkins' take on Van Helsing is a little bit of a nut. But one of the things about the movie was this was one of the first, if not the first, major budgeted movie in which Dracula was a character, not a secondary villain.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Every other movie, Christopher Lee never talked in his. Bela Lugosi, you didn't see that much. This was Dracula starring Dracula, and he brought the role to life. And I agree with you guys. The pain and the suffering, the scenes in the castle, the way he just creepily moved, and when he licks the when he licks the razor. The razor. And yet, there were those scenes of, the lust and passion when he takes Lucy's friend, but then the love he shows for her. He rocks every role he does. From Commissioner Gordon on up, there's never been a role of his I haven't enjoyed. But this movie, he gave Dracula life, pun intended.
Yeah.
Well,
he really did.
This movie is one of the movies I could watch time and time again, not just for the performance, but from a myth and the folklore aspect of it. Whoever did it, they did a lot of research, and there's a lot of stuff from the mystical green lights to just little things that you just didn't think about. And I don't know, and this was something, again, like I said, I've seen it 100 times, but in the beginning, at the scene where he is Vlad, and he goes and finds his wife's broken body in the monastery or temple, whatever it was. The priest is Anthony Hopkins, and that is very interesting to me, that they played upon that reincarnation, and that it's the same battles being fought time and time again with these same souls. And then you have Hopkins playing oh God, I can't think of his name.
Van Helsing?
Van Helsing?
Van Helsing. I think I would know that. But he's playing Van Helsing, saying that he devoted his life to finding the vampire. And again, from a reincarnation standpoint, and someone who researches that, and I'm a firm believer in reincarnation. I remember some of my past lives. It's beautiful. It's well done. And it is so nice to see it on film. So if you missed it, watch it again, because again, every time I see something different. This time, when they're in that carnival spot, there is a woman in the casket, in a standing casket in that room.
Yeah.
When the wolf is there, and you see her, and then she fades to a skeleton. And I was like, what the heck was that? I'm going to have to go back and rewatch it again, because I kind of missed it. But I'm going to watch that whole scene again, because it was something I hadn't seen before. But I love it. It's a great pick, Rich. Can't say enough good things.
Yeah.
Have you guys all read the book? The Bram Stoker's
Yes.
book?
I haven't.
40
exactly,
years ago.
Scott. Me too. It was a long damn time ago. But what I remember from the book, it was really close to this movie, or the movie was close to the book.
Wow.
It was quite on point.
Yeah.
Now this is Coppola too, right? He directed this. Francis Ford.
I think so. Did he? Was it?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was. It was. Probably because that's why they had such a huge cast. Coppola was doing it. So.
Yeah. So anybody else got anything to throw in on this? Any?
Oh man, we've been on this for 20 minutes.
Yeah. But it's worth
20 more.
Oh, it really is. Yeah, we could do this we could
It's
do all
probably
four
the
of us
best
to just
pick
do
of the
this
night.
movie. Such a flick.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful movie. It's beautifully done. The setting's beautiful. The costumes.
The music.
And I forgot all about the wolf rape scene.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's one of the great scenes. It really is. It's because he's actually feeding on her too. So it was so spooky.
I mean, if you like vampire movies, if you enjoy Dracula movies, you gotta see this one. This is the best Dracula movie I think ever made.
Yes,
I agree.
So
it's the best portrayal of Dracula.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes. So let's rate this. Hadley?
I'm going to give it a 10.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Squat?
5.
Rich?
5's just not enough.
Yeah.
I'll give it a 5, but I want to give it more.
Yeah. So everybody gave it what about you, Alan?
I'll give it a 5.
Okay.
I like this movie. I don't think I'm in love with it like y'all are, but it is a beautifully shot, beautifully acted, great horror flick. Well, like you said, probably the best Dracula movie to roll off of Hollywood. So, see the light of day. Oh, sorry, bad joke. Anyway, let's go, Scott.
All right. My actor for favorite actor to play a villain was Alan Rickman. And the movie was that classic Christmas movie, Die Hard. It's a Christmas movie. Everybody, it's not Christmas Day until Hans Gruber falls from Nakatomi Tower. Have you ever seen the advent calendar somebody made?
Yeah.
Of Nakatomi, and every day you move Hans Gruber down a notch. I love Alan Rickman. He is brilliant. He is so versatile in every role he plays. Whether he's doing comedy in Galaxy Quest, whether he's doing romance in Love Actually, he plays great bad guys. Hans Gruber is great. I can't remember who he played in Harry Potter.
Snape. Severus Snape.
His portrayal of the mayor in Sweeney Todd.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Nobody else could have done that.
No, he was just so vile in that movie. You when he slits his throat, you're cheering. And of course, his most comedic villain role, the Sheriff of Nottingham.
Yes.
Excellent.
And Cancel Christmas. But I picked this one because everybody knows the story. Bruce Willis is estranged from his wife. She went to follow her career. He stayed as a cop in Los Angeles. He stayed as a cop in New York City. And on Christmas Eve, he flies out to be with her to try to get things, to try to make amends and get back together. She invited him to the office Christmas party. He shows up, and so does Hans Gruber and his group of German criminals, and then the one really intellectual black guy that knows everything that's going on. And they take over Nakatomi Tower on Christmas Eve. You all know this. If you haven't seen this movie, like Rich said, you're under a rock. This is just a great movie. The acting isn't all that. I mean, Bruce Willis does a Bruce Willis role. It's not that great. The other actors and actresses just sort of, except for the cop that he talks with outside. He does a brilliant role. But the great part about this is Alan Rickman. You know, he starts out, he dresses in a suit. He's so suave. He's so debonair, and you start to like him at the beginning. Sure, he shoots Nakatomi in the head because Nakatomi won't give him the code to the safe. All right, you got to show that you got to set the limit. You can almost forgive him for that. But then just as it goes along, when you find out near the end, his goal is to steal the money and then blow up the tower and kill everybody. So they'll think that, him and his cronies are amongst the dead bodies so they can escape. You steal $600. Nobody cares. You steal 600 million, they're going to come looking for you. He does the criminal beautifully. There's that seedy underside to him. When he runs into Bruce Willis and he plays the cowering sycophant.
Yeah.
He's just, I love it. I almost hate to see him fall. And even then, when he's falling off Nakatomi Tower, he's still trying to pull the woman with him to get that final little dig in.
And then he shoots as he's falling. He's like, I'm not done yet. Boom, boom.
Do you know, though, that look of shock in his face was real? Because they told him, we're not going to let you go yet. Then they let him go and filmed it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So that look in his face is not acting, but he could have acted that.
Damn.
That's got to be his best villain role.
No, the sheriff.
Oh, yeah, well.
No, his best villain role to me, is the mayor.
Oh.
The mayor, Sweeney Todd. Oh, God.
Yeah, he was a bastard.
There was nothing likable about him. At least as the sheriff or as Hans Gruber, there was a little something you could like about him.
So there was a movie. I don't know when it was made, but I do know the name of it. And it was Tom Selleck as the good guy and Alan Rickman as the bad guy. And it's called Quigley Down Under. And it's about...
Right.
It's about an American guy. It's in the Wild West, but in Australia. It's like an American gunslinger comes over to Australia, and it's about the ranch. Hey, Mark. It's about ranching in Australia and Hans Gruber. Yeah, Alan Rickman's the bad guy, and he actually played a really good bad guy in that too. And that's the first movie I remember him in. I don't know if Die Hard came out before that or not, but that is the first one I remember him in. And he was also in a movie. Well, you guys have all seen Galaxy Quest, right?
Yes. I love that.
he plays Alexander Dane in Galaxy Quest.
Yes.
He plays the alien. It's a Star Trek ripoff, but it's actually if you guys haven't seen this movie, you got to watch Galaxy Quest. It's funny. It's another all-star cast.
And it makes so much fun of the Star Trek franchise.
It does.
And it gives a nice love letter to the Star Trek fans and followers.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. It absolutely does.
It introduces I can't think of his name. He plays the red shirt, but he's great.
Married to Drew Barrymore, right? Or was with Drew Barrymore. What the heck is his
was
name?
Sam
Sam Rockwell.
Sam
Sam
Rockwell.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And
Sam-
then the guy that plays the engineer, he used to be
Tony-
Monk. Tony
Oh yeah,
DeLube.
Tony Shalhoub. Yeah.
Shalhoub. Oh, it's just funny. And you know what I also really like that Sigourney Weaver played such a
She
dumb
was
role.
great.
Yeah,
Great.
No, that's a fun movie.
that is a riot. I laugh my ass off every time I see that.
Nobody knows the Quigley Down Under movie. And,
yeah, I know. I'll have to look that up.
If you guys haven't seen what the hell we were just talking about it, the space movie.
Justin Long.
Quest.
The Galaxy Quest. If you haven't seen that, you gotta watch it. It's such a great film.
Yeah, Quigley's great.
Yes.
Favorite movies is a Quigley Down Under. That's just it's a great Western too.
It is.
It's a lot of fun. And
I
like
like
you
it.
said,
I do.
Alan Rickman kills it on that.
Yeah. It's a shame he passed away so young.
I know.
Yeah.
I got to see him. My wife and I, our first date, she flew up to Washington. Then we took the train to Boston to see Alan Rickman in a play in New York City.
Oh wow.
My wife was an Alan Rickman. She was so fangirling, she wouldn't even go up to him. She was afraid she'd stumble. So I had to take a picture of her 5 feet in front of me with him 10 feet behind her. But she loves the pictures and she loves seeing him at the play. So
That's really neat.
yeah.
That's really. Oh, here we go. Quigley Down Under. Mike Lewis. Under also happens to be a love story between Tom Selleck's character and the hooker.
The hooker, he says. Yeah.
Played by Laura San Giacomo.
Thank you. I was trying to remember her name.
That name sounds familiar.
She was in the original Stand, she was Nadine.
Okay.
Oh wow.
She was.
Oh, that's right.
She's in Julia. I can't remember her name.
Pretty
We're just gonna
Woman.
leave
She
it.
was
Pretty
in
Woman. That's what it is.
She was the friend,
Oh, okay.
the hooker friend.
Briefly.
Yeah.
Seeing a trend here.
She had her own TV show with David Spade for a little while too. I can't
Yeah.
remember what it was called, but my wife used to like it.
Picture me song.
If it was with
remember.
David Spade, it didn't last long.
No,
It was the one where they
actually went
played
a few
it was they played like a gossip magazine or something.
Oh,
Yeah, it was a modeling agency, I think.
Oh, okay.
and like George Siegel or something like that.
Yep. He was
Yeah.
the boss. He owned
God,
it.
I don't remember that.
Yeah,
I gotta look that up right now.
it was funny. It's one of the '90s sitcom.
See, that's probably there was 6 years in the 90s. I was overseas. We got nothing on television.
Just shoot me.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
There you go. I'm a big George Siegel fan.
He's funny.
Well, I thought this
Yeah.
was a great pick, Scott. I love
Thanks.
Alan Rickman, and again, this was kind of his breakout performance, wasn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
I do believe.
Yeah.
I think- Yeah.
So of these 4 movies, that's the one I've seen the most. I watch it once a year, every year.
Yeah, around Christmas
I
time.
don't miss it. Yep.
Now, do you consider Lethal Weapon 1 a Christmas movie?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Definitely.
Well,
Same with
I
Die
see
Hard.
our Christmas, shaping up.
The scene I love in Lethal Weapon is after everything, and he's walking into the house and all the chaos with the kids, and he stops. The front of the house is banged in, everything's in the lot, and he screws in the one Christmas light.
That movie was written by Shane Black, who wrote Predator.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that either.
Yep. So,
Very
Well,
deep, Mr. Gamboa. Very deep.
Hi, Mona.
Hi, Mona.
hello, Mona. So, what do we give this one? Then we were rating them.
I give the movie overall a 4.5.
Oh,
It would never get 5. I can't. There's too many flaws in it. If we were rating just Alan Rickman, he'd get on this one. He'd get a 10.
well, that's interesting. Very interesting. Happy?
I'm going to go with a 4.5. It's not Christmas. It might have gotten higher around the holidays.
It's rich.
What do you think, Allie? What do you think?
I'll give it a 5. I love this movie.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's why I hit you before me, because I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to give it a 5 too.
So blam.
Yeah, exactly. I think this movie is it's one of my favorite movies. Come out to the coast, we'll have a few laughs. It's just great.
Well, it's another one that's got a lot of really great quotes in it.
It does.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Well, it was one of the first films where you had like this entire group of terrorists, bad guys, money, whatever, and they came in, and then the bad guy just kicks their ass. This was one of those first movies.
Yeah.
And it just set the stage for every other one of those movies all along.
Oh, it's
the other diehards, and it was great.
Yeah. And there's even a lot of non-quotable scenes, like where the Asian guy is looking at the
yeah. That guy was in every movie in the 80s.
Yeah.
Bad guy someplace.
Yep.
Big Trouble in Little China. Oh.
The other thing I loved about that movie was the 2 FBI guys that were such assholes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we need more.
Johnson and Johnson.
Yeah. Not related.
And the white guy, Robert Davey, he played a bad guy in a lot of movies. A lot of B movies.
Yeah.
He did.
So, no, that was
he was the bad guy in a James Bond movie.
Yeah.
He was in the James Bond movie with the diving. I can't remember what it was called.
He was one of the Timothy Dalton ones. Yeah.
Never Say Never Again.
Yeah, he was the one he was the only one that almost killed the CIA guy. God, I can't think of his name.
Felix Leiter.
Yes.
No, he's been in a lot too. That was the most famous, sophisticated yippee-ki-yay ever.
You got that right, Mona.
You are right. Well, I guess quickly we'll go to mine. Highlander is the movie, and Clancy Brown is the actor. Highlander, we all know the story of Highlander. There can only be one. Christopher Lambert was the immortal who had to destroy the other immortals, cut off their heads to be the one with all the power. This movie was kind of an original concept for the most part. Dynamite soundtrack by Queen. I mean, just once you get what is it? We are the masters of princes of the universe.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you get that? That's an earworm. Love this movie, but Christopher Lambert wasn't the strong part of this movie to me. It was Kurgan, played by Clancy Brown. Of course, Sean Connery in the support role. What Sean Connery does best, be Sean Connery. But this movie is just a lot of fun, and I think it's got one of the best bad guys that I've seen on film. I just love this guy. He just oozes evil, and he had so many great little lines, like when he's with that hooker and she says, my name's Candy, and he's like,
of course it is. Of course you are.
Yeah. Just stuff like that. And he played a bad guy in a lot of movies. He's played a good guy in a lot of movies. He played a good guy in Starship Troopers. The sergeant.
Zim.
Oh yeah.
It made me want to get out my Def Leppard for sure.
He is the voice of Mr. Krabs in SpongeBob.
Yes.
So that's right, and he's also the asshole god in Shawshank Redemption.
Yes,
and Tony.
Another great role.
Yeah.
Pet Cemetery 2 was great in it too.
Yes, he was. Slicing up the rabbits. Yeah, he was great.
Yeah, he's a bad guy, but he's getting older, so he's playing now the grandfatherly good guy, and in roles like that. He was in Sleepy Hollow. If you ever saw the TV series,
no.
He was a good guy in that one. That was on Fox, short-lived, and actually had a kind of a cool premise. If you ever get a chance, check it out. First 2 seasons are good. Third season totally sucked.
I think Jennifer is trying to tell us to tone down our language.
That was me. I think that was dropping the MF.
I was dropping AHs.
Anyway, Clancy Brown. So, what do you guys think? I'm trying to rush this because I know we only got a couple minutes left.
No, we can go over because I've got to snip out that first part.
Right, and I don't have to go anywhere tonight.
So
you're
late, Alan. Well, I want to make sure that we're all on. So
that's okay. And since I'm on my phone and my notes are on my computer, and
Yeah.
You need notes for this movie. Okay, let me say this. It's a Kind of Magic. It was one of the Queen songs. The Queen did the whole album. They did this, and was it Flash Gordon?
Yes.
Yes.
It was amazing.
Flash. Oh. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
Master of the Universe.
I love that movie because there were so many huge name actors that are in it. It's like, what did you guys need? Rent money?
So I can't think of anyone, literally anyone, that has been in more stuff than Clancy Brown. He's been in stage, screen, tons of TV, cartoons, video games. He's commercials. The guy, he's just in everything, and he was in
Pathfinder.
Yeah, yes, he was. He's got that iconic voice. He just talks like this. He's just fantastic, and he's a great actor. Yeah. I think his best role, he played a bad kid called Viking in a movie with Sean Penn.
Bad Boys.
Yes, it was called Bad Boys. And he was just such a bastard. And but you still felt bad for him a couple of times during the movie because one of his friends gets killed. But he was just he was perfect. He was a kid. He was probably 20 years old when he played it. I don't know. But he played it as like they were in a juvenile detention center. It wasn't even a prison.
Right.
And he killed that role. He was fantastic. That's just another small role he was in. But I mean, he's in Mr. Krabs. I just pulled him up right here, and I'm trying to scroll down as to what he's been in, and it's just taking too long.
Huge.
There's just so much he's been in.
Just huge.
He does some of the Superman stuff too, doesn't he?
Right. Yes.
No, he's in the Dukes of Hazzard. I'm looking.
Oh yeah, he's in a ton of stuff. I think Bad Boys was the first
movie of the series.
The car animated series. One of the animated movies or one of the series. He did. I know he did. He was surprised because he wanted to be a good guy for once.
Right, Tony.
Yep. Hey, Tony.
So,
my favorite role of his though is Shawshank Redemption. But I love that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another perfect movie.
It is.
That movie, the ending of that movie was so shocking. When the warden throws the little pebble and it goes through the poster, that was just like a wow.
See, I've never seen that movie or The Green Mile. So
you need to watch that.
You need to watch both of those. Yeah. Both of those are excellent movies.
Yeah, I do.
They were the best movies in the past 50 years. They're fantastic.
Yeah.
You have to watch them.
And Alan, I'll say this. My dad and I went to see it at the theater, mainly because I wanted to see it, and he just wanted to spend time with me. And he was like, what is she taking me to see some prison movie?
So good.
And he loved it. And up until he passed away, that was his favorite movie.
Oh, wow. Well,
that's up there for me, too. That's top 20, 25 anyway.
Yeah.
Has anybody ever read the Stephen King short story it's based on?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's fantastic.
All right. I'll have to read it.
The Green Mile. Alan was talking about the Green Mile.
I haven't read the Green Mile.
That came out as like real small like novella books that were like, I don't know, like 60, 70 pages.
Oh yeah.
And I kept going to the bookstore. This is, when we had bookstores. I would go to the bookstore and buy each one of them, and I had a stack of them like this.
Alan, do you need to charge your phone?
What's going on with me?
You're getting dark.
Am I? Oh, it's getting dark outside.
Okay.
It's his inner soul coming out.
I'm in my garage with the garage door.
I can see it dripping down from under the hat, like Gary Oldman in Fifth Element. Yeah.
Well, let's get back on Alan's movie. I love this movie. It is one of my, and I say this over every movie you watch, but it's one of my favorites. I love it.
It definitely is the best movie of all the the prequels, the sequels, all that.
Oh,
and the TV. It's definitely the number one of all that. The rest are meh.
Yeah. Plus, they made a series too.
Right.
The series was good, but it didn't make sense with the whole. There's only one, and it was Christopher Lambert, not
right. And then in the second movie they mixed in the whole alien thing, and I was like, they really didn't need to go there. But the first one was great.
This is a movie I'd like to see redone.
I don't know.
Well, think about the last scene with those little monsters in the little drawings. I was kind of like, that was really cool up until y'all drew those little people. But no, I love the last scene where they're all the glasses exploding in the place. But yeah. I will say that rewatching it from the beginning, I was like, what's up with the wrestling? We got Queen playing and there's wrestling. what the heck am I watching? I'd forgotten all about that.
Well, it's definitely a dated movie. You know what I mean? It's one of those movies you watch it nostalgic, big time. And it is a good movie, but it definitely is dated.
It still had some really cute parts and some humor in it. And Sean Connery steals it for me.
Oh, yeah.
He does.
He steals everything,
His cape.
So, to me, this movie holds up. It there's a lot wrong with it, but it's gonna be hard for me to take what's wrong with it over what's right with it, because Queen right there, that's 2 stars. You get Queen to do your movie, you get 2 stars, period. And the rest of it, like Christopher Lambert, he played really well, and Sean Connery, like you guys said, he stole the show. But the best character is Clancy Brown.
Yeah.
He's just great.
He's just perfection in that role.
And he's fantastic.
With that long black hair and that armor. Oh, it was awesome. And then with the diaper pins in his neck.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Oh, it's so good.
It was. I enjoyed it. This was a fun week for me. We've had some really good weeks.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh, good. I'm glad you picked this.
Oh,
you picked it.
Let's rate Highlander then. Alan, what did you think? Your film.
I'll give it a 4. I love just because I don't rank it up that high, it still means I still like it a lot.
Good.
All women love a bad boy.
What do you think, Scott? What's your rating?
I didn't watch it this week. I remember watching it when it first came out. So I can't give it a ranking, but I do remember it was the things that stand out. Now, it's 40 years old?
Yeah.
Highlander.
Highlander is Sean Connery and Clancy Brown with the
safety pins.
With the pins in his neck, holding his head. That was just...
Love that.
What about you, Hadley? What's your rating?
I'm going to have to go with a 4.5. It would have scored lower if it wasn't for Queen. But as a secret, I have that whole album. Well, that's dating myself. I've got a CD. I've got like the whole Who Wants to Live Forever. I love the whole soundtrack. So, I'm going to give you 2 points for that.
It is
great. Me, I'm giving it a 4.8. It's almost perfect. It's a movie that I saw in the theaters when it came out, and I had to sneak in because I don't think I was old enough. But it's got everything I liked in a movie at the time, and I just watched it again maybe a year ago. I'm like, I haven't seen that in a while, and I watched it, and I was like, still good. And then I watched it again day before yesterday, maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, and it was great. It's still good. Like the opening scene in the wrestling match, it was just great. And then when Christopher Lambert's talking to the cops in that it was still funny. I liked it. So I'm gonna give it a 4.8.
I like it. Well, I'm not okay. So what is it? Connor's wife, the first one's name's Heather. So of course I like that. But there's a point when like Sean Connery's like doing something to him and he goes, "Oh, Heather." It kills me, makes me giggle every time. But it's a good movie.
So that's all we gotta do is repeat Heather.
Heather.
Irene.
Jennifer?
I can tell y'all right now the Scottish accent just is pretty good.
I loved him on Celebrity Jeopardy, but I loved it when he screwed up. Catch these men.
But I didn't remember the Nazi scene
him
in the movie. Did y'all remember that?
No,
I'm slipping now. What are you talking about, Nazi scene?
Maybe I saw a different version, but the woman who goes on to like be his helper when he's
Oh yeah, I do remember that. Yep.
I had forgotten about that scene until this time.
I don't think that scene was in the original movie. I think because like I said, I saw it again like 6 months ago, and then I watched it again a couple of days ago, and I don't remember that scene from back whenever the hell. Granted, it was like Scott said, it was like 40 years ago.
Mandela effect here?
Maybe, I don't know, but I think that might be an added scene, a scene that they put in there.
It could be like to fill up, like if it's
yeah.
broadcast premiere or something, maybe fill some time. Could be deleted scene.
Well, there you go.
I don't know.
Scottish accents, man.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, we should watch a Scottish movie then.
There's plenty of them.
Okay, so what did everybody give it?
I gave it a 4.8.
4.
I didn't rate it.
Okay.
Are you going to?
I will after I see it.
Oh, yeah, but you've never seen Highlander?
I saw it, but I saw it when it first came out. That was like I was in high school or college. That was a long time ago.
Okay. Well, it was a good one. I enjoyed this week a lot, and I'm really looking forward to next week too when we do our drive-in theater movies.
Yes.
So, Alan, do you want to tell or you want me to tell?
My notes. Can you do it, please?
Yeah. Okay. So, Rich picked Twister.
Yes.
Alan picked Southern Comfort.
Yes.
Scott picked, I can't remember.
Death Race 2000.
Death
the
Race
original.
2000.
That's right.
Machine Gun Joe for Turbo.
And what did I pick?
What did you pick?
Didn't you pick Smokey and the Bandit?
Yes, Smokey and the Bandit.
Love that movie.
Yeah.
We'll have fun.
I actually saw Twister at the drive-in.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That must have been freaky when it hit the drive-in.
That's exactly why I picked it. Yes.
Oh. And Carrie Elwes was in that one as the bad guy.
Yes, he is. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
There's a bad guy in Twister?
Well, he's a dick. But
yeah.
Okay. I was going to say, isn't the bad guy the tornado?
That's kind of hard to top, is that?
Yeah.
But he plays the opposing meteorologist, right?
Yeah, the one that used to be on their team and then decided to go and do it himself.
Commercialized it.
Yes.
He's in it for the money.
Yeah.
That's right.
So,
on a horrible list. And I'm thinking that movie was a blockbuster and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But
so, Scott, tell us what you got going on.
Tomorrow, the Kindle version and the Kindle Unlimited version of The Ghosts of the Maria Doria, the third book in the Tatiana's Paranormal series, will be released. I will check out my Facebook group page. I will be doing a couple of takeovers this weekend, where I'll be giving away free books, giving away autographed copies. And once that's done, I'm just hit the 20,000 word mark in the Chronicles of Paul book.
Nice.
Ooh, way to go.
Thank you.
Rich Restucci, what you got going on?
Oh, well, not as prolific as Mr. Baker. I've got I'm up to about 40,000 words in the 5th of the Chaos Theory, the Zombie Theory series book. And I'm up to about 30,000 words of a new, I haven't decided if it's going to be a novel or a novella yet. And I don't have a title for it, but it's about a vampire that's in a tank. He's a tank commander in World War I.
I'm excited about that. What about you, Alan?
I'm rewriting Falling Darkness. And I'm really looking forward to that because there's things I can change that I wasn't real happy with the Bella version of it. So I'm real thrilled about that. I'm waiting on Hunt the Night to be released. I'm hoping it's going to be released. So fingers crossed, people. Just anything, prayers, good wishes, thoughts, whatever, that it's released soon. It's a totally kind of different book for me. So looking forward to that.
Can't
wait.
What
about you, Hadley?
I am about 48,000 words into my reworking of my Kindle Vella, and I'm hoping to have it published by October.
Thanks.
Awesome.
I've got to rename it because I'm not really happy with the name, so I don't have a name for it right now. But that's coming, and I am working on book 3 in my Tapestry of Worlds book. So I hope to have that out at the very least, at the very latest by the end of the year. So, other than that, I am busy TikToking. I have got Weird Realities. We have been doing our hashtag, what is it? Teenage Dirtbag challenges.
Yeah.
I've got Scott's, Alan, the mine's up. I'm waiting for Rich's pictures.
Oh, I'll try to send you those tomorrow.
I've got Jennifer Salmon's pictures that she might not want me to put out. But I
Put
have
them up.
So we're having fun on TikTok. It's been very much a fun week for me, going back and looking through those pictures.
Yeah.
And I'll tell y'all right now, Alan Gamboa looked younger today than he did when he graduated from high school.
Some of those pictures, he reminded me of Tony Orlando and Dawn.
I was thinking Alan's the friend that everybody sent to get beer. He could probably buy beer when he was 13.
Oh, Jennifer said she didn't agree.
I told her she needed to send me some pictures, or I had some. So,
and Mona brought up the passing of Olivia Newton-John.
yes.
Oh yeah.
That I had the biggest crush on her after I saw Xanadu. So
I think we all did.
yeah,
That's sad.
she was so sweet. She did great movies, good singing.
Grease is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's my sister.
it's all the girls love to sing along with Grease. And I look back at those songs that the boys sang in that movie, and I don't know how my mom let me sing those when I was like
Right?
4.
You know what just breaks me up? Sorry, getting off topic. I saw Grease once on, I think it was MTV. MTV that used to have rap and heavy metal and hard rock edited Grease Lightning. What have we come to?
Did you listen to the lyrics?
Yes, but I'm saying you're going to put on rap songs and you're going to edit Grease Lightning.
I don't know that it said anything about people doing stuff to their panties.
Yeah.
I didn't know what that meant.
I didn't either until they were 5 years old singing it. My mom's letting me. What the heck was up with her? Anyway, so that's going to do it for this week, kids. And Jennifer just dropped it in the thing. Yes, that's why, Scott. That's why it was edited.
Oh.
That's what Grease Lightning was.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, guys. So we're going to let y'all go. Same time next week. This show will be playing on Fringe FM on Fridays at 6 p.m. Pacific.
Thank you, Max.
And again, we'll see you next week when we do our drive-in movie shows.
Sorry about being late and throwing everything off, folks.
You killed it, brother. It's all good.
Oh,
Stay weird, guys.
Good night.
Take it easy, everybody.
thank you for joining.